Hello, my little munchkins, my little crones, and my sunflowers. How are you on this fine Tuesday?
Yes.
Tuesday evening. Here we go. I was doing, let me get my bearings. An airplane is annoying. Okay. This is still about Jada and Will Smith. And I felt like I just been laying around and thinking about them. And I thought, what about their children? How are their children holding up? How their children deal with this? How is that? So I decided that I was going to do a reading on a reading on Jaden and Willow, their children, because I think they're adults, and I think Jaden is 25
Yes.
and Willow is 22. And unless she's 23 now, because I think she had a birthday, or she has a birthday in October. I think she is a Scorpio or something.
Oh, okay, yes.
I'm not
Scorpio
sure. So
season's
she has
coming up.
Yeah, so she's something. Either she's a Libra or a Scorpio.
Yes.
So she's one of them. But I do believe she either had a birthday or she has a birthday coming up. And her brother Jaden had a birthday this summer. I forgot what he was, but nevertheless, I decided that I was just going to read on them. So let's just go. Let's just lay out the cards. I want to know. Oh, and another thing. What made me think about all of this is that I was looking at, as Jada go around and doing all of the, what they call it, the circuits where she's doing her interview to promote her book. One of the things that I learned is that her picture on the book is thousands and thousands of pictures, pixels of her face. That she said there are a million pictures that somehow they brought together and made her face out of that. I think that is brilliant. She's definitely getting a lot of talk on her book. She's definitely getting around. And what else can I say? Oh, yes. And she said that on an interview, she said with this man, I don't know, I'm terrible with it. I should take notes. But she said that when Will slapped Chris, she said that let me start over. She said that on the night of the academy, Will asked her to go. They were in separation mode. She says that they don't really hang out they don't hate each other. You just got to understand being whatever. You live in your house, you live here, I live there. They got a big old compound. You do what you do, I do what I do. You know how that is. And so she's saying that he asked her, and she was like, sure. However, that she didn't know anything about the slap. However, she said, but when he slapped him, she knew that she would be with him. She knew that she will not be by his side, that she knew that was the determining factor, that she loved her husband, and that she loved her husband, and that she wasn't leaving her husband. And besides, it was never about leaving her husband, but I think it was about, let's get back together again. So it was that thing to make her get back together. However, I'm confused because she keeps saying we're separated. So anyway, I question that slap. Did it make Will look masculine in her eyes? And that's why I got a lot of questions, and I'm sure that I'm not the only one. So, but what I am curious about is, how was her children growing up? How was it? How is it now? So I'm just going to lay some cards out, and we're going to just see how it works. We're just going to see what we come up with. Is that all right?
Yes.
We're just going to see what we come up with. It's no thrills, no chills, just three. This is, like I said, you all, this is 2 decks of cards that I use. 2 decks. So that's why they're kind of hard to shuffle, but that's okay. I like it like that. All righty. So now what we got to do, we done shuffled to the best of our ability with these cards, which I shuffle them all the time, don't I, baby Crone?
Yes.
So they are shuffled, as you see, because, when people come on and their cards are not shuffled and they just reading, that just look a little insecure. And what is the word? Insincere to me. Okay, well, here we go. So I'm going to lay out 2 cards. One is for Jaden. That's the 2 of cups.
4 of cups.
Thank you, baby. That's the, I didn't bring my glasses either. That's the 4 cups. You're going to have to help me. And this here is for Willow. And this is the 8 of cups. Ooh, okay. So we got 2 cups by 2 different cards. So here we have the 4 cups, which has to deal with foundation, okay? And we have the 8 of wands, not cups, the 8 of wands that has to deal with moving on.
No, that's the 8 of cups.
It is I need my glasses. I'm sorry. This is the 8 of cups. Either way, the 8 of cups mean 8 of cups?
Yes.
Oh, well, if this is the 8 of cups, this is about making your peace and moving on. It's about making your peace. So here we see that Jaden is at he's a foundation. And you see that in someone is offering him something, but he seems like he doesn't want anything. He seems like he's very, very particular. And on this side, it's like she's like, I'm a chill person. It's just time to move on, and I'm moving on. So let's see. What could have been the block, or what could have been the problem? Here, it couldn't have been fitting. Here we are, and that is a 2, and so we find a 2, and that is it. And that is where, when you see this is someone sitting on a block of concrete, probably, or stone of some type, with, I guess that is water. And if you see them, it's like they are crossed with the shield, with their guards up, and in a position like either they went there for isolation, or, and baby Cone, you can pinch in too. They either went there for isolation, or they just separated themselves from the madness of it all. You understand? Now this goes back, I'm even dealing when they was kids. So I don't know how this is going to play out, so I'm just going to start running cards. But we do see a block where they have, I'm putting both because it's 2. I'm putting a block where they separated themselves, whether they was older, whether they were younger. In other words, from the madness, they separated themselves from, and as a matter of fact, he got emancipated.
Yes, Jaden.
Jaden got emancipated, I think, when he was 16 years old. So that lets you know that there was a lot of stuff going on in the house. Even at that time, somewhere around that time, even Willow was sleeping with this, had a picture, captured a picture with her in the bed with another man. She had her clothes on, they were fully dressed. I don't want to mislead or misguide. However, people found it very, very appalling. And so we could see even then that these children were left to their own demise. And so much so that Jaden felt like, I can just go and live on my own. I don't have to live under this. So yes. With that being said, let's go in and let's lay out 3 more cards. Okay, so, and another thing in their family is they're very, very talented. And it looks like Jaden and Willow are pretty close. So this shows me that Jaden and Willow are pretty close. And I see that they had to make the impossible possible. In other words, they're very, very talented. They come from very talented genes. They both are actors and singers. And as you can see that they have been, for them to be so young, they have had to have so many decisions that they had to make in their life. At such a young age, they were really on their own. They pretty much raised themselves, pretty much. I'm not saying they didn't have supervision, but it just looks like from the cards, it just seems like they had to learn on their own. They had to learn to take care of themselves. You understand what I'm saying? And it just seemed like they were left alone to their own demise a lot. And it was rightfully so when the mother is working and, their grandmother was there, and you know how grandmas are, So I'm just saying, so this is what I see. So looking back at their past, it just seemed like they were left alone a lot. They were left alone with their creative juices. They were left alone a lot. I mean, it seemed like Willow and Jaden and Willow grew up together. They were close in their own way, and it just seemed like they had a real love for one another, a brother-sister love, that they really, really cared about each other. But as I look in the future at now, I just see Willow leaving. I see Jaden where he's like, I'm not taking anything. I don't want anything. I'm not accepting anything. But he was always finicky like that when he was young. His parents didn't even know what to do because he was a very strong will, because he takes a lot like after his mother when it comes down to expressing his feelings. He takes a lot after his mother, where Willow keeps her more, and she's tried to be introspective. She takes a lot after her father. And here you see Jaden not wanting to accept anything, and you hear Willow, it's like, hey, just move on from it, okay? And so now I see the 9, and I see that they are looking out, like looking out at their lives and what they have done. Let me show you what I'm looking at. Looking at their lives, looking at what they've done. They've grown. They have accomplished a lot in their younger years. They have accomplished a lot. They're very, very famous, okay? However, I see that it has always been a balance with them two, with their family, with finances, not finances per se, but with earthly goods, with their mother and father and the household. It just seemed like it's always been some kind of balancing act. And last, it seemed like because they was left alone a lot of the decisions that they probably made were not the right decisions. Now, as I do that, so now we got a little glimpse of what's going on in their past. Did that help?
Yes.
They are very, very creative kids, very creative. And they are very creative. And you see that monkey? They are like monkey see, monkey do. They copy and emulate their parents. What they've learned and how they behave, I think they're wonderful, marvelous kids. They're marvelous. They're not kids, they're young adults. And they imitate their mother and their father. Okay, now, let's go and lay out cards. So let's go on now. Let's see what's going on in their life today. So let's lay out 2 cards. I have a 5. And let's lay out 2 cards. So I have Jaden again, and I have Willow. And when I see Jaden, I see Jaden as the Hierophant. And no, is that the Hierophant? Yes, thank you, baby Crone. That's the Hierophant. I see that it's just introspective, meditative, like to look things out through and through, don't like to make hasty decisions, and really, really think about it. Think about what's going on. And and with this 5, this lets me know this is a lot of friction with the book that they probably dealing with right now, with all of the negative talk and things they hear. I think it has effect on them. However, I see Willow again. Willow was a cup. She was an 8. She was a cup of 8s, but now she is the cup. She's more flexible, able to move on. She seems a little bit more rounded, more grounded. She seems like she's able to push on and psychologically fix things in her mind, where Jaden seems like he brood a little bit more. And that, what's his sign?
Cancer.
Where he thinks he broods a little bit more. He's not quick to just get up and forget things. So this is what I see. So when it comes down to their family, let me lay out a couple of cards here.
The Magician.
The Magician showed up again, and the Lovers. So it just seems to me, when I see the Lovers, let me see how that plays in this. But when I see the 5 and I see the Hierophant, I see that he was left alone a lot, left alone to his own thoughts. He was always creative, always writing, always. And I think that his father saw that in him and in their children, and was trying to promote the best out of them, even though they loved their gifts. They loved what their children could do, but you wouldn't even expect anything worse. Mother and father can sing, mother and father can act. Son and daughter can sing, son and daughter can act, okay? Now, on the Willow side, I see here that, she's like different. It's like in her mind, it's like she acts like things are, like family oriented, like this is the way it's supposed to be. Like we are a contract. We do things together no matter what. The family support one another. We stay together. We work together. We keep it all in. That's where she is, where her brother on the other side is more open, more outspoken, more to say how he feel, where she will, but she likes to do it. She doesn't want to do anything to hurt the family. Also, with Willow, I see Willow also is the type of person that she goes off on her own. She does her own thing. She needs time to think. She needs time to reflect. And last, I think, yeah, because I see these two cards together, so that lets me know she reflects. So I want to know about their sexual orientation. Jaden is right now, Jaden don't know what he is. He go with the flow. He, whatever it is, whether it's male, female, if that's where he wants to be, but I believe that's the way they were raised. And I believe that they've seen a lot. And it seems like here, Jaden go with the flow. He's more fluid. When it come down to Willow, Willow got two hangmans on her side. So, I mean, she got two, hangman. So that let me know that she separate herself and that she keeps her love life very private. She doesn't want anybody to know who she date, if she dates. That's very, very private for her. Now, how are they dealing with, how are things going with the book being out? Well, they are at a quiet moment right now. They just quiet. They're not saying too much of anything. They're introspective. They're thinking and not doing too much. They're just trying to see how this is going to play out. Also, it's like they just watching. We have fire and we have thoughts. So it's a lot of thoughts, it's a lot of energy, but they're not reacting. They're waiting to find out how everything is going to come about. And last, let me get the last two cards. Again, all these cards show me that at the end of all of this, everything is going to work out fine. And I think they know the dynamics of their family, because you see the cups here. So you see the cup saying that they're going to be fine, and you see the looking out into the world, the contemplating, especially after laying low, after seeing how all this thing is going to blow up about the mother, because they believe in the book. So after all of that, you can see here how they're looking out and just seeing how the world is going to respond to everything. Now, baby Crone, do you have questions?
Yes.
Okay, so as I'm shuffling these cards up, let's see what we're working with here. Okay, so what I see, baby Crone, you ready for your questions? Let's get deep. I just wanted to do a background over them. They seem like they were left alone a lot. Like, not like alone. I'm sure it was people in the house. When I say left alone, without their mother and their father, maybe their grandma was there or something, but I'm talking about their parents. They was left alone. I guess because their parents was working and had to do what they had to do. However, I see 4 2s. And when I see 4 2s, what's going on now lets me know that the family is definitely going to have a meeting, a discussion about it, because I don't think that this went exactly the way that she planned. I think that when Jada put this out, when she put her book out, Worthy, I think that she thought it was get a little feedback. I didn't think that she thought she would be so jeered. And I'm sure she has her followers. Like I said, you can have 10,000. And that's a whole lot, 10,000 people. But if you have 10 million that's against you, it swallows up to 10,000. And sometimes we can get caught up with that 10,000 because that 10,000 is a lot. Or 20,000, whatever. You can have 1 million if you like. So whatever it is, but the ratio balance is way bigger against her than for her, is what I see. And I see that when she put the book out, she didn't expect that. I think that she thinks she feels loved and respected and adorned by people. She really feels that, but she doesn't accept the fact that she has a lot of venom towards her. That is really being narrow-minded to me. And I want to know if her book will make top seller. What is your question?
Yes, how does
Because I got some too. So let's go in.
All right, how does the kids feel about their mom making a book called Worthy?
They were very excited about it.
Oh, wow.
They were very, very happy. They thought it was good. When your mother been crying about Tupac, and and you see your mother and father break up over a man that is deceased, and she's writing this book after 4 years of whatever her life with Will, and she writes this book and she's letting everyone knows I'm healed and this how you think that they are like, woo, she found her peace, right? What's another question? Are the kids affected by this book now that they see what happened? Is Jaden and Willow, are they affected by it? Are they embarrassed by it? They're twixt in between. I guess no one expected that. Is Will surprised over the book? Will is like, look, I'm happy-go-lucky. Look, I believe in love. It's all a part. You take a chance and do what it do. Will is just not invested like that. I'm sure he cares about it for her. But when you see the Ace of Cup is easy. This is about a young man that's out about living their life. They, wanting to look good, having fun, chilling. It is what it is. It's life lessons and you learn from it and then they keep it moving. That's what you get about the Page of Cups. It's just free spirited, okay? And what was the next question?
There wasn't a next question. Are the kids in the book?
I don't know. Are the kids in the book? I don't know if her children are in her book. I just know that whatever it is, I think it was something about this book that was freeing for her, that just really helped her be free. And it also helped her to understand the relationship with her and Will, and of course the relationship with her and Tupac. How this book has told a lot, and they seem like this is going to be victory. I think that they see this book like this is going to be a victory lap. Like she's really going to get the New York bestseller, and they feel as though this is her best work, and they feel as though this was a lot put in it, and they feel as though their mom is just going to do great. This is what they feel. As far as their family go, it just seemed like she is the queen of her castle. She is the queen, and they all respect her, and they all come to her. They love her. She is loved in her house. Also, I have another queen, so there must be two women. So I see another woman. It must be her mother that has much admiration and respect for the house and Will. Also, here's another queen. This is a queen. So we got 3 queens. So when you had 3 queens, what does that mean when you have 3 queens? Does that deal with, I don't know what the 3 queens mean, but baby Crone, I keep forgetting those things. But let's see. What else we want to know? We want to know, how is Jaden doing? Because he's the most one that has the most mouth. Well, right now, the devil showed up. And so with Jaden, the devil showed up for him. So how are you doing, Jaden, about the book and everything? Let me lay 3 cards for Jaden. Now let's see. So for the 3 cards I laid, we had the devil, which no matter what, the devil always seems like it's in deception. The next card that we have the 6 of Pentacles, like always receiving and giving, always giving out to help. Also being freed of the shackles of the torment, as you see where you see the 2 was bound, now you see the 2 is unbound. So it's like for him, he done worked out his issues. Whatever this book does, he's so used to his mother. He has his things, because as far as what I'm getting out of it, Jaden was a troubled child, and it just seems like he has a lot of animosity within himself for things that he didn't like, but all at the same time, he's trying his best to move on. He doesn't feel like he used to feel when he was younger, anger and all that. That is subsiding as he grow up. As far as Willow, she's more like a free spirit. She's the free spirit. She's like the mother. She's a nurturer, right? She's just really a free mother. She's not, and maybe being at that table, I'm hearing her say, yes, here's the sun card again. I'm hearing her say when she was at the table that a lot of that talking helped heal her. You know, it helped heal her. And I'm also hearing that they wanted Jaden to come to the table, but he didn't want to do that. He doesn't like to be feely like that. He in his feelings all the time, but he doesn't like to share his feelings with the world because he's a private person. And his sister is just a little bit more open. As far as as I see Willow, I don't know if there's somebody new in her life, but I keep seeing these beginning things for her. Like there's something new on the horizon. It could be an album. It could be a song. It's something new on the horizon for her. As far as Jaden, he's being set free by a lot of things. He's starting to, as he grow up, he's starting to let a lot of things go out of his life. And yes, it has been, he's working at himself. He's a brooder, really. He's just a sensitive crabs, you know? And so he can be a little broody, but he is definitely working on and fixing those things in his life. Question?
Do the kids love their mom?
Do they love their mother? Yes, it has been a fighting. So, like I said, when it came down to the mother, it seemed like they had a lot of disruption in their family, a lot of disagreements, but it just seemed like, yeah, they done had a lot of disagreements, but they came full circle. So all of this therapy, all this book, even with Will, that was healing for the family. They needed to be healed. And I think in spite of all of this, I think that this is a family that is going to come together, that they are a close unit. These children has been through a lot for to be rich kids, but they are okay. They are well-rounded. They got it better than anybody. And not anybody. I mean, you got a lot of kids. These are wealthy kids, and they are loved by their parents, but they have seen a lot. They have experienced a lot, and they are very, very mature for their age. They have seen a lot. They are truly what you call Hollywood kids. They have done a lot, and they have seen a lot, and they have been affected by what they have been exposed to. However, they are building and bridging the gap, and I think this is why Will wrote his book, and now she wrote her book, and that helps the family to heal. And so what we're looking at is full circle. They're coming full circle. They have been through, I can't stress this a lot, those kids have seen a lot, done a lot, and they come in full circle, because I think the biggest problem is it wasn't that they weren't loved. I just think the mother and the father just wasn't available. I just think that they was left with others. They just wasn't available all the time because of the life that their mother and father lived. Not just their social life, but they were working back in those days. So they were gone a lot. And that left the children to themselves to defend and to teach themselves and learn and experience things well before their age. So this is what we see. So we do see a disrupted family, but we do see a family that no matter what, against all odds, the family stayed together. Even their other brother by another mother. They are a family of love, and they do have their fights. Yes, they do. But they know their grandmother and their mother are the women of that household, and that they respect, and they know that everything is going to work out. They just know that. And they've seen it. And so, and when I think of Jaden, he just seemed very, very distant. Like an outcast in a sense, but he knows that's home. And so, do you have any more questions?
Yes,
Cool.
I feel like you've answered this.
No, but go ahead.
Did the kids enjoy their family growing up? Like, did they enjoy where they were born?
No. They enjoyed their liberties.
Okay.
They enjoyed, when it was good, But no, I'm getting the impression they were left alone a lot. Not alone, but alone from their mother and father. I get the impression that no, because whenever I see that emperor, the emperor is hard. So no, I don't see that they had a lucrative childhood, I should say, but I see that it was a lot of turmoil when they were kids. Most definitely. I'm not going to front on that. No, I see there were problems in their family when they were kids. And so much so, that's why and keeping secrets. And I truly believe that one of the reasons why they wanted to leave is why he wanted to leave. He needed strength. I think he started knowing more about his father. I think that he started knowing more about his father, and I think it really, really affected him a lot. And I think that he felt it would be best that he don't be exposed to the lifestyle. That's what the cards are saying to me, because this is a strength card.
I mean, since we there, I would like wait, did we already question Jaden's sexuality?
Yes, you can question that.
Yes, I would like to question Jaden's sexuality. Is he fluid?
This is a King of Cups, yes. Why would I say the King of Cups? I would say he's fluid because it's on water and because it's a king, and a king knows what he wants. And yes, so I'm going to say, according to the cards, yes, he's a king. And because he is water, water is a little emotional. It could be all kinds of ways. And so, yes, this is an emotional king. So, yes, I would say that he could be bisexual. I don't know. I don't really know Jaden to be with females. Even though they say he with females, I don't know. But I do know that he could be fluid. And let's say about Jaden, to say about his sister. Here's the sun card come up, so that's a happy flag. So yes, she is too.
Yeah.
But that's because they learned this from their father and their mother. The fruit don't fall far from the trees. You kind of find it curious when you see the children are bi and the parents. That's crazy to me. So that just lets me know that they have been shown a lot, done a lot, and experiencing a lot. And they grew up in troubled times, not financial. And I think a lot of times when we think that you have money, you don't have problems. Sometimes you have the worst of problems because money don't fix things. Money buy things. And so, with these cards, what I'm getting is I don't see anything negative, really. The only negative card that showed up in 2 decks was this, and that was with Jaden, and that was with how he felt. He has a lot of emotions, but he's working through each and every last one of them. He is no longer as angry as he was, and I feel as though his anger was towards his parents. And that's why he wanted to be emancipated. And the reason why they let him go, this is what's being said to me, is because he would have started talking. And they didn't want him to say anything, so he had them over a barrel. So they gave it to him. Like I said, everything I say is allegedly, but this is what I feel. I feel as though that's why they gave it to him. They did not want him to have it because it was a sty. It was embarrassing. But he had the information. With that being said, they gave it to him. And rightfully so. And apparently it was the right thing to do. Any more questions?
Nope, I think you touched on that last question.
Okay, let me think. Is there anything I want to know? I would like to know, do this family have a spiritual base? Like, do they believe in God? Do they believe in some kind of spiritual connection? From what I gather, no. Nothing spiritual. You know what I mean? I don't see anything spiritual. I'm not saying they're not enlightened. I'm not saying they don't have a sense of spiritual realities. I'm just saying I don't see them subscribe to any kind of faith.
Okay.
Faith religion. Let me be clear. I don't see that. I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just saying when you see this, that just seems like something they don't even believe in. That just seems like when it come down to organized religion, it just seems like something they just, no. But I'm not saying they don't have a faith, that they're not having some kind of spiritual growth. I just don't see them with a spiritual belief where they go to church or mosque or anything like that. I do not see that. But do they have some kind of spiritual awakening? Yes, this is the page of Wands, which means a lot of energy, which means this person is a lot of energy. This person is about moving and shaking and learning and knowing. So yes, they do have some spirituality about them, but they do not have a religion according to the cards. They're not religious folks, let me say that. And I ask because I don't ever hear them saying God, or I don't ever hear anything like that. So that's why I ask. So with that being said, hey, this is a family working in progress, a family that's different, that's weird, but for whatever, it works for them. And even though the world do not understand it, it works for them. And that's what I'm going to leave you with this reading. I hope you enjoyed this reading with Willow and her brother, or Jaden and Willow, and the mother and the father, and the dynamics of their family. These children has been through a lot, and they've learned a lot, they've seen a lot, and they experienced a lot. And it left them confused to have to figure out who they are amongst all of the stuff that they have been exposed to. But overall, they're well-rounded kids, and they are very, very successful in their own rights. And I'm going to leave you with that. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. No, right?
Yes.
Have a wonderful, wonderful week, as if I'm not going to see you again. But have a wonderful, wonderful tomorrow. Have a wonderful week if I don't get to see you again. And I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please tell me what you think. I'm curious to know. Sunflowers.